afternoon. I'm Larry the Lion. This is my podcast. How are y'all doing today? Happy Tuesday, 2 for Tuesday. What happened in my background? But we're just gonna go without the background. Cameras are all messed up. I'm 10 minutes late. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Had a Zoom in it with Angie's team. Hello?
Hey, this is Larry.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Parsons, this is Ryan. I'm calling from Orange Room Digital. I'm calling in regards to a request you made some time ago for a free animation.
Yeah, you guys called me the other day, and I told you the same thing. 6 months. So I'm in the middle of a podcast. Yeah. So right now. Have a good day. Thought it was an agent calling me back. Had a Waco, Texas number. Happy Tuesday, 2 for Tuesday. I'm not sharing all the places I've shared before. If they don't come on, they don't come on. See my background there? I wasn't going with the background today. I'm gonna try and change a couple things up. I think the background affects the podcast, and plus I don't have a green screen. So, but that's my angel up there, and I put some little lights that I had up there. It lights it up at night. You can dim them at night, so I like it. It's like a cheap night light. Got it off at that Wish or Temu site for like $1. Those lights, and it was $4 for that picture. It's actually a nice little canvas picture, but it's an angel with wings spread out there, and then she's got the fire and ice coming out, or her, him. I don't know. Could be either angel. So, where did my background go? I was putting this up, and it came back down. I'm gonna put this one up today. There you go. So this is one of my favorite sayings. I can go back like this. It's not who you think you are, it's who you think you are not. Yesterday's birthday was amazing. I still have 92 notifications on my Facebook. I haven't even opened up Facebook today. But at 92. That was the most amazing birthday I've had. All the love and well wishing. When I counted just on my Facebook page, people that posted happy birthday. I had over 140. Like I don't know, about 10 o'clock last night. That is, I'm so grateful for everybody that wished me well for my birthday yesterday. That was so grateful. It's amazing to have that kind of love from the community and the people that are my followers and my friends, and Sub 2, Astro, Mastering Multifamily, Being a Jetty, all the people that I've connected with, and then I'm going to connect with in the future. Jesse Stanton's growth company had Angel and Mary on yesterday. I took a long bus ride out to the beach to go meet an old friend, and I was late. I missed 2 buses. I missed one bus, the first bus, and then I missed the stop on the second one. I spent $50 on Uber, and she ended up leaving. She didn't want to wait 30 extra minutes. Failed to plan. Was planning to fail. I thought I had a plan, but I cut it down too close to the wire because I did my podcast. I only was on for an hour, but I had to leave at 2 o'clock. So it made the rest of the day challenging. But I'm sitting there after I'm on Clearwater Beach, and I ordered some, discounted food. I didn't want to go extravagant for my birthday, and I didn't need to do that. but it was like half price appetizers at this bar where on the pier out there, the Causeway they call it. Um, it was good. Hamburger, some buffalo shrimp, and some French fries. That was my birthday dinner, big celebration. Uh, I had some. I actually had some cheesecake the night before. But I'm sitting there. I'm thinking. I'm talking to some random Ukrainian lady. She was really cool, Russian. Um, she was asking what we do, how I do it, doing the subject to and stuff, and calling direct to agent. Um, it was a great conversation, but I didn't get to see the person I wanted to see, and then I had to get back home, take buses home for 2 hours. So challenging, but I'm really happy to have those obstacles, or somebody be like, "Oh, that head does suck." That's amazing because on the way home, I'm talking to Tigger, and you know what I have some amazing birthday gifts this community has given me, like Abraham Gray inviting me last week to the Dealmaker to help his wife Donna out with the check-ins. He That's an incredible birthday present. Um, then Vina Jetty invited me to community camp. Um, what I mean, my birthday was amazing. It was simply unbelievable to have both those things happening for me. Um, Flying out there Thursday night uh, with no place to stay, but that's okay. I'm tough. I'm reaching out to people. Abraham said, ask around, see who has an extra a bed. Some people have double bedrooms at the Marriott. Marriott sold out. Even if I had the money, which I don't, um, I wouldn't be able to afford one anyways. But it's so important for me to take advantage of that opportunity to be elevate where I'm going quicker. The cost of not going, if I just saved the $444 and any more money I spent, um, the cost of not going would be astronomical, uncalculable, because of the relations I can create there when you're in the same room with the people you aspire to be, and or you are becoming. That's so much more valuable than just talking on Facebook and seeing somebody in a Zoom meeting and chatting in the YouTube chat. It's so much more valuable to be there and present in the rooms with those people. Um, so I'm so grateful, but I need somewhere to take a shower. If anybody is going to the Dealmaker, let me take a shower, at least wash up. I got this little package thing where like a whole body cleanser thing. I'm not gonna be doing nothing strenuous. I'm not gonna be go working out, sweating all day. Um, if I had them, I'd go work out at the Marriott's thing, but I'll just take a break for a few days. I'll just helping people check in, going out to the events, sitting there listening to the speakers, networking. Um, it's going to be an amazing, amazing time. I'm going to be very intentional with my time there. How I'm not just going to run up and hey, let's get an Instagram picture, because I'm still going to do that. It's a little system I got, take a picture of us together, and then I upload it to the Instagram story, and I tag them in it, so they get a copy of the picture, and then we're both following each other on Instagram. It's a pretty cool little system. Creates a memory, goes into the archives. I'm going to make a big post about it, you know. So I might have already connected with a lot of people. I didn't share to the usual spots. Um, Let me just do this real quick. I got no viewers. Mm, I share every episode too. I have a Telegram channel called Sub Two Lions, and then I have a Larry the Lion thing there. So I keep all my episodes in there. I know they're on YouTube. I don't know why I do that, but who knows? But share this here. Angel. Send. I'm gonna go on Facebook. Oh my god, 99 notifications. I can't even get through all those. Can't even get through all those. I didn't get a chance to look at everything yesterday. I shared some groups here real quick. A Herd of Prophets has a Zoom meeting at 4 o'clock Mountain Time. So if you guys want to get in there, then there's also the Watermelon Challenge with Jesse Sand and Chris James, and the Growth Company with Jesse. A lot of things you can join. Just it's hard. I'm having trouble shiny object syndrome a little bit right now because I'm going to the Dealmaker, because I'm in the growth program. I'm also in the Watermelon Challenge, which and I'm working with DTA with Dylan and Angie and Joey Milanazzo, Rachel Schwartz. It's a little hard to focus and being pulled in different directions. Let's see. SoCal Sub 2, Rise the Challenge, Dealmaker, No Yes to Millions, Gator Method. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Wholesale Hotline Live. I wish there was like a share to all buttons. Oh my god, I messed it up. But it's a very tedious little task here. Watermelon Challenge, Painless Wholesaling, Secret Agent Challenge. That's what I do, is calling agents. I'm going to call some agents today too. I think today I have a couple follow-ups to do. I have a whole bunch to do. I had one of my Calendly calls this morning with Nancy Dominguez down in Miami. She's a sub 2 student. She has a BA working for her, but she's been getting a lot of agents sending her things that she doesn't have time to call. And she's doing a lot of things with pre-foreclosure. She's leaning more to direct agent. We're going to squat up. Because I'm always looking for good opportunities. Now these are deals that are being sent to her by agents that already are familiar with creative financing. So all I got to do is give them a call and get them going. And I'm learning a lot of things about myself this week, about being able to live and not be fearful. Just live in the moment and accept all this good stuff happen to me and stop thinking like I don't deserve this, because that was the mindset I had before. Like, because when I was 16 months ago, I felt like I didn't deserve anything ever. I didn't feel like ever, so it's getting easier, but it's still like, man, how did I get picked to go to a community camp when so many other deserving people are out there? I've had people, that want to go. They're like, "How did you do it? Can I do it?" And I said, "Well, that's there's different ways to do it, but time's running out." The one way I did it was mastering multifamily, inviting people from for the Venus group. Then all you had to do was invite 3 people or do more, but be active in the group, stuff like that. Pace had another thing where top 50 most active commenters last night or the night before in Sunday service um, are getting to go to the community camp. So I don't know how you're going to reach out to all those 50 people, but I guess you send them a message on YouTube if you don't already know the names. But there's a lot of ways to get to go there. But I'm just grateful. I'm happy and I'm accepting that I'm making progress, even though sometimes progress is slow. I'm still moving forward and making progress. I made a really long post. You see that 106 notifications just in the last. It was at 95 5 minutes ago. Now it's at 106. I'm afraid to open up Facebook. Uh, I don't know how well, I guess now how Pace does. He has a team now, people helping him with social media. So one day I'm gonna need a team. Just like I said, one day, or I'm going to that community camp. I literally said it that day, and I was really believed it, and it happened. And I even said the same thing about the Dealmaker. Kept on saying I was going, but I was planning on paying and going, and being a VIP. I was gonna get a couple deals, but look, I'm still going, and it's all because of taking action. Just that's the biggest lesson when people ask me how I got to here. People ask me, how did you do this? Like just an Uber driver yesterday. I had to tell him, he was like, wow, how did you, come back from all of that? How did you do it? By taking action, being consistent, having courage to fail. Um, if you're afraid to fail, you're not going to make any progress because you're not going to take any action and you're just going to be stuck. So you got to be able to have that courage of a lion, to take action, go out there and make mistakes and fail and learn, and then take more action and be consistent. Consistency. I'm consistently late on this podcast. It's not a good thing though. I have to correct that, and I will. But taking action, pursuing. Can't say it like the quote in the book. I want to say it's a worthy pursuit. Um, but I don't know. I haven't asked anybody yet. I don't know if I can bring somebody to the community camp with me because I'm not married. I don't have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend. But I wonder if I can bring somebody to the community camp that will be able to help me get there. Because right now, I have the invite, but I don't have the flight, and I definitely don't have the hotel. Flight I can probably come up with, but not the hotel. So maybe there's a couple people I offered to go, and if that's possible, it's hard to choose. So many people want to go to the community camp, and it'd be whoever if I can bring a guest, it's gonna be somebody that's always been good to me and that I love and respect and work with and care about. Um, it's another great thing about this community. Just so many great people, and um, so many people helped me along this journey. I need to be more intentional about. I keep acquiring new connections, and it's hard to follow up with the connections I've built. And I feel like I'm forgetting about people as I'm adding people. So there's a lot of challenges as you grow in this business. And like Pace says, put yourself out there on social media and develop followers. More people. These are more times people are going to message you, and how if you don't respond to them, it's bad. You have to. I'm usually very intentional about going through comments on the podcast. I might not watch my podcast every day, but I'll go back through the comments and respond to them. That's me doing it. And then yesterday, I still have probably 200 people that wish me happy birthday on my timeline on Facebook. I want to go back to. I kind of cleared Instagram a lot along the way. I don't have as many people on Instagram. Only like 1,200 now or something. But I'm like at 12,000 on Facebook. So it it's challenging as you grow because you want to maintain your interactions. Like I got a message from Facebook that said for 180 days I've had increased visibility, and it's I think something that's evaluated daily. So you can lose it in a day and just start it again. But 180 days, it, when it's increased the visibility, they increase where it's going and who that's the algorithm is sending it out, trying to create more people to follow me, which is cool. Thank you, Facebook or Meta, whatever. Um, but so I will do want to be very intentional when I go to the deal maker and reach out to people and make connections with them, not just be a kid in a candy shop like I was at Clever. So it's so crazy. You know, here's a quick backstory to Clever. So all those years, I was dreaming about winning the World Series of Poker, but I couldn't stop doing drugs enough to actually win it because I was a good poker player, really good. I beat on a couple sit and goes. I beat some of the best in the world. Phil Ivey, one of them. And the very first poker tournament in Deadwood, South Dakota, I almost couldn't get into it. It was sold out, and this cowboy showed up, and the lady, she said, "Hey, where's your wife?" She was like, "Oh, she's not coming." And I was about to walk out the door, and she said, "Hey, do you want that seat?" I was like, "Yes." It was $150 sit and go, or it's where they can rebuy, $150 rebuy tournament add on. I didn't want to spend more than that, but I wanted to play. It was my first time live playing. I started on Poker Stars, and because of Chris Moneymaker. But I made it through the rebuy period. That's where people just like kind of just go all in stupidly because they know they can buy back in. Well, I made it through that period. I added on. All of a sudden, a few hours later, I'm at the final table. It's me and four people. It's that cowboy that walked in, and his wife didn't show up. So just a couple hands later, I knock him out, and it's only three people would get paid money. So I made it in the money, and I'm like, oh my god, this is my first time playing poker live. I just play online, and this is my first tournament. Making it in the money. And the cowboy says, well, I've been watching you for a while, son, and I'm Heartland Poker Tour player pro. I said, I'll see you on the tournament someday. A couple years, 2 years go by, and I'm in Vegas at my first World Series of Poker, and I'm sitting there playing Phil Ivey and David Skalansky, who wrote the Theory of Math poker book. Phil Ivey's arguably one of the best poker players. And I knocked Phil Ivey out, and in walks that cowboy, and he goes over and says to Phil Ivey, he goes, I seen this guy 2 years ago. He's good. I was like, I'm like, how do you remember that? It was in South Dakota 2 years ago. He goes, I always remember a good player. So I was good enough. I had the belief in my mind, but I couldn't stop doing drugs long enough to actually be good enough and do that. And I'm grateful because now that I think about it, I that's not a place where I want to be. Sitting at a poker table with like 8 other guys for 36 hours, 40 hours at a time, doing grinding it out. The pandemic killed it too with them splash partitions stuff. I was done. Plus, I was dying trying to, I was doing all those drugs during the pandemic and 500 pounds. So it all worked out. Didn't ever win the World Series of Poker, but in my first hand in the main event, this is really funny. That I won a seat to get into. Um, I had pocket aces, and on the very first hand, the guy goes all in. He flips up two kings. I said, I call, throw the aces down. Turn comes nothing. River comes nothing. I mean, turn comes, nothing. River, king. Knocked out on my first hand the only time. So that's my poker journey. But I got kind of sidetracked with that shit. Um, I forgot where I was going. But anyways, opportunities. Opportunities to go to that deal maker and create relationships, learn. Um, I do have the Carl Allen's 10-day starter creative financing for businesses. I want to also start doing. Oh yeah, here's something else I want to talk about. Besides doing that, I'm not getting shiny object syndrome, but there is opportunity there, and that's what the whole event's about. I need to incorporate time blocking, a couple hours towards finding a business creative financing, and also still doing direct to agent, looking for creative financing deals, subject to deals, hybrids, um, that we can, get immediate money now. Because eventually I want to be multifamily. Whole plan was to come here to Florida, go to Grant Cardone's office back in November before my car died in Chicago. Um, Meeting pace the day after I joined Sub 2, uh, to go walk in Grant Cardone's office, telling him, Mr. Cardone, I want to work with you, not for you, with you. Just like Edwin C. Barnes did in Think and Grow Rich to Thomas Edison. He was persistent. He was consistent. He took action. He went all the way from upstate New York, came to New York City, walked in his office, hopped on a boxcar there every day until he got to work with him. But that didn't happen. I'm not in Miami. I can't walk in Grant Cardone's office. But I took action, and uh, that's tomorrow money. Right now, um, working on today money. Is one of the things I want to talk about is Jesse Stanton and Joel Shipley got me doing 75 hard again, and then Jason Grizel started doing it because of me, but I don't like 75 hard. I'm not going to continue it for a couple reasons. I don't like the shame factor of it, the guilt factor that it leaves people, and they have to feel like they have to do this, and people are gonna laugh at them if they don't. I don't, or they're gonna be disappointed in them, or then you have to start over, and just the whole. I don't like that. Secondly, I'm okay with it too. I would do it, but I don't have time to take the bus to Crunch Fitness every morning for 45 minutes and then incorporate another 45 minutes into my day, which can be better used towards money making activities. 75 hard is not a money making activity. I can time block my day, go to my Crunch Fitness, get the amount of exercise that I actually need, 45 minutes to an hour there, and it's about 45 minutes on the bus each way. So that takes up 3 hours of the day right there. But I get it done in the morning. I don't want to devote another 45 minutes to a non money making activity in the evening when I can be creating relationships, doing Calendly calls with people. I do 4 Calendly calls a day right now. That's 2 hours of the day right there. I have a Zoom meeting with Dylan and Angie every morning at after I have 10 to 11 Calendly calls. Zoom at 11:30. Just ran over today. I have the podcast, where I'm going to be, we got the UR unapologetic results CRM set up with the DTA build. I'm going to start be doing that. But right now, I'm going to be going to the Dealmaker. I can't do Calendly appointments. I'm going to do the podcast there, but it's going to be hard to call direct days while I'm at the Dealmaker. So incorporating another 45 minutes into a shameful thing, I think it's a little shameful, the 75 hard. It's great, but you're having to adjust your life for 75 days and further to do all that when you can use your time more effectively, be more intentional with the time that you have, and then not having to worry about, well, what are people going to think of me when I post that I failed, or what are you doing when you tell yourself, well, they're not going to know I failed. I can just tell them I read 10 pages. but you're lying to yourself then too, and you're hurting yourself in your future by doing that. So fuck 75 hard. I'm not doing it. I think it's great though. Great for people, and they can do it if they can fit it in. I can't fit it in. I have two more important of a mission in my life and my plans than to do some challenge. The challenge is that I took action, and I have my day time block. I have goals and plans. I'm not going to throw in another. I don't have an extra time. It's not like I work all day in here and then I come do 45 minutes. It's a non money making activity. At the 45 minutes I need, and there's plus then I have to take another shower after that because I've already taken one after getting back from the gym, Crunch Fitness, and yeah. So 75 hard, I'm 75 out. I'm not doing it. But I wish Jason and Joel and Jesse well in it if they're going to continue doing it. But it's not for me. I have a lot more things I got to do. I mean, just this week, I'm cutting the cut and everything close. Just getting to the airport on Thursday, and I have to go do laundry because the place I'm renting, there's not a washer machine here yet. I've been here for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now, and it was supposed to be here. And there's not a stove, which is okay. I don't care. There's a hot fryer, there's a microwave, got a fridge. I'm good. I adapt easily. It's not the best neighborhood. It really isn't, but there's a lot of opportunity here because it's not the best neighborhood. I looked down on it at first. There's you always have two different ways to view things. Like I could have viewed yesterday as that birthday sucked. I didn't get to see the person I wanted to. I spent 5 hours on a bus going back and forth to meet her, and then had a okay dinner. It wasn't, I couldn't have, go to red, like get unlimited king crab somewhere in Vegas or something for my birthday. But I'm grateful to be here, grateful to be alive, grateful to have that frozen face that I just made on there when it froze, like making goofy expressions on YouTube, being part of the greatest community on earth, going to a Dealmaker event this weekend, and having a chance to work with and find opportunities with other amazing high level people that are attending that event, or people up and coming too. And maybe we connect and do a deal. Definitely going to get more deals out of it. I got my first deal out of the first Dealmaker by going meeting Sam Singh there. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to be doing these things. A lot of people wanted to go to community camp, or wanted to be picked. Look I got picked. It just adds more seasoning to my story. It's another one day, 10 years from now, and be like, hey, this first year, this 15 months, 2 years, all the great things I had happening or did becoming because I took action, because I had the courage to take the first step, because I wasn't afraid to fail, because I know I'm going to fail a lot. Everything I do, I'm going to fail, but I'm also going to be successful in everything I do, because when I fail, I learn, and when I learn, I know what not to do the next time. I learn to grow. Like Pace was saying, it's 6 years of failing and learning and failing and learning to get to this point. That's very, most people, 99% of you are not going to do that. You're not willing to take the risk and do the failures. 99% of people, I'm not saying you personally right this second, because, well, you might be, but because I believe in all of you, but 99% of the people are not willing to take action, be consistent, and go out there and fail, because that's what it takes to do this. Hey, Stacy, how are you today? I see you added me on Snapchat. I've been playing with Snapchat a little bit, messing around. They got some really stupid, crazy stuff on there. I had a little fun with it, but I was trying to do a bit emoji, but you got to send me a message on there, or you got to have a picture on there, because it won't let me do a bit emoji with you. I was trying to send you something stupid today, but I hope you're having a great day. But so I want to also say anybody. I think there's a sub two meetup Sunday in Central Park in New York City. I think that we're all going from the Dealmaker going to that. I want to connect with anybody I can, even if you're not attending the Dealmaker as a paid person. Why don't you come up to the Marriott and come out in the hallways at the Newark Airport there, and come hang out and let's connect. Have some. Oh, I probably shouldn't be saying that, but having like 100 people show up there. Hey, we can hang out here. But that's kind of what you do. But it's a lot of action takes outside of the speaking rooms in these masterminds I'm learning. There's a lot of connections going on out there, people doing podcasts out there. I'm going to bring my next go camera. I'm going to bring my little tripod. I wish I had a bigger tripod. I got to learn something about it says your name. Well, why do you have a Snapchat if you just delete these things? But because you added me as a friend, or I tried to, I don't know. Anyway, forget Snapchat. I don't use it either. I don't know who the heck everybody is on there, unless I actually see you who know you. I don't know who all them people are on Snapchat. That thing's retarded. I guess it serves some purposes too. Not for real estate. Uh, anyways, what was I saying? Anyways, the deal maker. Uh, if anybody knows anybody who has an extra room or can just help me out with a place where I can wash up for 10 minutes, take a shower maybe. Because I got them cleaning things I can wash up, and I'm bringing extra clean clothes, of course. But I'm also gonna do my podcast there. There's a way I can do two cameras, like have a camera on a tripod on somebody, and using the computer camera as well. So um, if you're at the Dealmaker and you want to be on the podcast, please come on my podcast. I'm going to try and get some really high level sub two students and protege students on there for be consistent with my 30 minutes on Friday. We'll do it during the lunchtime. So for Friday for sure, I'm going to be on here for 30 minutes, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, at the Dealmaker live in Newark, New Jersey, at the airport there, Marriott. I don't know about Saturday. Maybe we'll throw something in a random one like I do on Saturdays and Sundays. I think I don't know if there's a Get Creative. I don't think so because Pace is going to be. Who knows? It's going to be another amazing, crazy event. Follow my story on Instagram and Facebook. I'm going to be posting lots of stories there. Try not to do too many graphics. I got rid of my captions app. It was $9.99 because I found out that CapCut is pretty dope with their animations and captions and stuff. And the captions app is, it's cool. That's all it did. Captions for $9.99. For $7.98, I got CapCut Pro. CapCut Pro is dope. There's a lot of cool shit on there. If you're making content, highly suggest the CapCut Pro. Well, I was excited to see if you're going to drive up. Yeah. I mean, do you have any freaking diner points? Diners? No, I don't need any food because Abraham and Carl are going to feed us really well there. Chris Moore and Abraham Gray and Carl Allen. That's their event. Pace is part of it now. So they feed you really well at that thing. Like Marriott puts out a spread in the morning, all kinds of great stuff. I'm going to try and eat keto. But then they have lunchtime. Then they're taking us out to eat to the events that they're doing each night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Freaking amazing. And amazing. I'm so grateful. And then I got to get to community camp next month. But all right, so where was that? Hey Ken, how you doing? So what I'm gonna do today, I downloaded something. Where'd it go? Downloads, files. I don't even know how to work my own computer. You'll catch the next one. That'd be awesome. Did you know I'm going to the community camp? You know what that is, Stacy? All right, where to go? Downloads. I'm gonna open this up. I said working on it. I got a seller net sheet from Dylan Eggers, and Joey Milanazzo actually made it. Let's give Joey Milanazzo some credit. So, community camp, if you look on my Facebook page, I made a post about it last week. So, let me see where to go. 118 notifications now. I know I sent it to somebody. So here's what it is. So the community camp, Pace came up with this. Notepad. Choose an app on your PC. Just once. Is that a seller find that seller net sheet template .ntb? Son of a bitch. Should I open it with Word or WordPad? Or choose browse the apps in the Mac? I can't get this file to open up. Sounds like JV camp where your networking deals. Yeah, so nope. It's so Pace invented this. It's a community camp for sub 2 Astro flipping. Jerry Norton's flipping mastery, and Bean and Jetty's mastering multifamily. These are the 4 groups. It's a community. We're all community together. Sub 2, Astro, flipping mastery, and mastering multifamily. So you had to get Vina. Each person got to select people. So like Vina got to select 20 people out of mastering multifamily. Jamil gets to pick 25 people out of Astro. Jerry Norton gets to pick 25 people out of flipping mastery. And there's 50 people being selected from sub 2. And then Abraham Gray and Carl Allen get to pick 20 people from Dealmakers. Then there's 20 Gators that are going to get to go. And then 15 transactional coordinators picked by Molly Tennant. And then 10 mastermind students picked by Pace. So you have a total of 175 people that got invites. And to get selected by Vina, you had to, if you were in the group, you had to invite 3 people to come, to join Mastering Multifamily Vina Jetty, and you'd be eligible to be picked. I said I was going to invite 30. I think I invited like 15 people, but I also said I'm going. And when every time I invited somebody, I said I'll see you there. I'll see you in Montana. Affirming and speaking it in existence, like, because I'm going to be there. I just knew I was going to be there. I knew I was going to get selected. I'm not being boastful or prideful. I'm being grateful, and I was manifesting using, our thoughts create a reality. You have to first to believe it. Like, there's something on my wall here from what's his name? Conor McGregor. Where did it say? You say I dream too big. I say you think too small. I only dream big. I only dream the biggest dreams. Like going to Mars. Like literally building things that are going to go to Mars. I have some super massive crazy dreams, but isn't it what all the big things that were invented? People had to have a crazy dream. People had to tell them, "You're nuts. This is never going to work out. This is never going to happen." But look, everything that starts with our reality, and it starts with believing in yourself, and you have to visualize. You have to think it in existence. You have to use that ether out there, whatever is out there, that the universal consciousness. Call it angels, call it God, but it's what God puts in your head. It's the dream that He puts in there, and you can tell it to everybody. You can say I'm going, but they're not going to see it like you see it. And if you let fear hold you back, you're not going to do anything because you're going to talk yourself out of it. Your subconscious is going to talk you. You're going to create things that will not let you go. But I was so positive and so affirmed and so much believed that I'm going there, and I can literally smell what it smells like in Montana right now. I can literally see and touch and feel things because I know I'm going to Montana. I don't know how I'm getting there. I'm trusting God on it. I don't know where I'm staying, but I know I'm going to be there. I know I'm going to be having the time of my life at Jerry Norton's lake house. You know, just, I can see, feel, and hear and touch, and it's in my senses. Just like I'm going to the Dealmaker. I knew exactly I was going. I said the whole time I was going. I thought I was going to pay for it and do a VIP and I have the whole experience. I thought I was going to that. It's not, but I'm not upset about that. I was happy that I'm grateful that I get to go again. And I get to hang out with Donna because Donna's an amazing woman. Donna Gray, Abraham's wife, helping people check in. I get to bring value to Carl, Abraham, Pace, and Chris Moore. I get to hang out with Pat Hilton. Pat Hilton's an amazing guy. He's kind of got a little bit of story like me. He was homeless, living in his van down by the river. He literally lived in his van. He was a guitarist, and people told him he would never make it. Look at him now, 10 years later. He's speaking to the biggest events. He's emceeing them. You know, those are the kind of people I'm going to go hang out with and learn from and hear their stories and tell my story. Like, hey, how many people might come up to me and I get to tell them, hey, I'm going to, by the way, I'm also going to community camp, you know, because I'm getting messages from people about going there. That's a great thing I could talk about while I'm at the Dealmaker. And not to be prideful or boastful, but to be happy about it because look at where I came from 16 months ago to be able to go to community camp, to even be in part of this community. I, my exact words were to God at the end of that Super Bowl after I did my last drugs. I said, God, I need all new friends, all new family. I said, this is my last chance at a golden ticket. I said, God, this man is Willy Wonka. This is my last chance at a golden ticket. Okay. This is the golden ticket. Those, I swear to God, those were my exact words. I had no idea who Pace Morby was before I think it was 11 a.m. because I remember I looked for it till 6 p.m. for 7 hours. I tried finding dirt on Pace. I tried saying this is not possible. This is all big scam. I didn't have any idea about his golden ticket events. Nothing at all. I didn't even know there was golden ticket events until like later in the summer. But those were the exact words I told God. I said, I need. At least I don't cry as much as I did in the beginning of these podcasts. I get a little misty eyed. But I said, God, I am done. I'm really done this time. I said, I need all new friends, all new family. This is my last chance at a golden ticket. This man is Willy Wonka. I'm never gonna get another golden ticket. Look, golden tickets. going to the Dealmaker, going to community camp. Um, the future masterminds. I really wanted to be at that mastermind in Arizona next year. 100%. Absolutely. 100%. I will be at this next sub 2 mastermind at Paceless House. Without, there's no doubt. 100% in my mind. I believe it. I can see it. I can feel it right now. I'm gonna be jumping in his pool off. Like, you ever seen when he jumps off the top of the balcony in the pool? I'm also gonna be down to my ideal weight at that mastermind. I'm gonna be at my 188.8 pounds, and I'm gonna jump off into his pool just like he does. Watch. I'm gonna make a video about it. You know I'm gonna do that. And hopefully by then I'll be able to afford some videographers and some social media managers, because I'm starting to need that stuff right now. I just can't afford to pay for it. I need people to help me build out my YouTube channel. There's so much content I just got on this phone. I'm at and I need to deal, because I need to upgrade my iPhone too. I have 10,739 photos and 9,449 videos on this iPhone Pro 13 Pro Max that I got because Pace told me I needed to have iPhone. I wouldn't be his friend if I couldn't have one. If I didn't have one. And I got this phone on March 31st of last year. So I got, hey Siri, how much is 10,739 plus 9,449?
10,739 plus 9,449 is 20,188.
20,188 videos and pictures I've taken since, or content I've made. You know, some of the, there's a few duplicates in there. But hey Siri, how many days since March 31st, 2022?
It was 446 days ago.
Hey Siri, how much is 20,188 divided by 446?
20,188 divided by 446 is approximately 45.2645.
45 pictures and videos a day is my average. It's down a little bit. I was hovering. I was good at 50 for a while, but then I got hit a slump in content. Which thank you Jesse Stanton for getting me to do more content. Nick Belay, enjoying it a lot more. I kind of got away from it. It's a good stress reliever. Like, people like to paint, people like to do things, you know, whatever little hobby they have. My hobby is making videos and stuff for Facebook and Instagram. You know, that's my hobby. I like using the apps and putting stupid looking things in there and flashy letters with some glowing and movement and stuff. That's what I like doing. My nails in the way typing. You sure will. Thank you, Kathy. To the mastermind event, I hope I can bring everybody to the mastermind event. Did I see Kristen? Was she in here? There's Kristen. That's my good friend Kristen Solara, fellow Starseed. You guys know I'm a Starseed, right? It's not a coincidence I put this up there. That's a SpaceX launch right there. I can't get out of the picture enough. There we go on this side. All right, there we go. That's a SpaceX rocket taking off there. My name of my holding company in Wyoming is Lion and Mars Investments LLC. 30 North Gold Street, Suite R, Sheridan, Wyoming, 80312, I think. I almost got it memorized. And I got to pay for the Dealmaker event, which is going to be a write-off because it's a business expense. I'm forgetting it's the cost of the plane and everything I do is going to be a write-off as I use my Lion and Mars Investments business card to pay for everything. So everything is single thing I do at the Dealmaker, whether it's buying a coffee at Starbucks, I can say, oh, it was a business meeting with another person. There was this business meeting here. Everything is a write off. It's all business expenses from now on, which is pretty freaking cool. Didn't have an LLC last year. I mean, it started last year, but before that, I didn't even know what a limited liability corporation meant until I still don't even know what it means. But until like the middle of last year, after I even had the thing, so many things have had to happen to get me here. Like Tommy Thornburg helping me set the whole PCS up with Norton fan. You're a Jerry Norton fan. Always a meet Jamil Pate. But you're a real big Jerry Norton fan? Well, it's going to be at his lake house. Your nails typing away. Oh, I got behind here. Pace is funny. Yes, he is hilarious. That's I love his facial expressions too. You should see like in one of my videos when I'm telling him how I drove from Flagstaff to come meet him in Springfield, Illinois. He was like, "Did you hear this?" Let me see if I can pull that up. Let me go back to October last year. October. March, April. Oh, that was 2022. Go back here. I'll actually try and. I got another way to do it. What's this say? Scan drive for filing and saving video. What is scan drive? Oh, by getting in your group? Yeah, Kathy, did you have you scheduled a calendar appointment with me? Let me see if I can put that in the chat. I'll put that in the Facebook chat. Calendly. I had a great appointment with Nancy Dominguez this morning. Don't schedule anything for this Friday because I'll have to reschedule it. Probably Thursday too. I'm gonna have to reschedule those because I got to be on the flight. I might be able to keep them while I'm at the airport. I think I will. 123 notifications. Holy shit. 123 notifications. Holy shit. 123 notifications. So there should be in the chat there. I need to save that somewhere where I can just pull it up. Calendar. But that's the best way to set up a time where we got 30 minutes because I'm being intentional with those 2 hours a day where you can connect with me, see how we can help each other. And each time I've had a meeting, it's been great. It's been an eye-opener. I need to shorten my story, but I tell it individually also. And there's YouTube and a couple Facebook channels there. Yeah, Pace watch Jerry Norton. Well, schedule an appointment, Kathy. I'd love to connect with you. And anybody else, please schedule an appointment. Like I said, I know I'm not going to be doing any on Friday. I got to figure out how to cancel those for this Friday if I do have any. So Friday I got Seth and Lashia, And I got Madison Dugan at 9 p.m. I'm gonna have to reschedule those. I don't have any Thursday. Let me see. We can do a one-off meeting. Let me view the booking page. I could do it. Maybe Thursday morning. I have Thursday morning open. Friday's already booked. I'm gonna have to reschedule all those. That sucks. Thursday. Awesome. You just scheduled there. That's 10 a.m. this Thursday. All right. I'm gonna try and keep that, but I have to get to the airport. No, I'm gonna keep it because I gotta come back from Crunch Fitness. It means I gotta go do laundry tomorrow. I'm gonna have to, yeah, because I gotta have. I won't. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to do the laundromat. I don't have a washing machine here. There's a washing machine. There's no dryer. This investor landlord. There's also no stove. The stove is blocked in another room. And there's one gas stove, but there's no gas to it. And I asked her to up the internet speed, but she hasn't done that yet. All right, Kathy. I look forward to speaking with you on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. So I was trying to get this file to open. I didn't want to open. I'm gonna look in Slack real quick and see if they have another one because it's not opening unless I gotta open it with. When it says open with something, it gives me these options. I don't know which ones to pick. All right, Slack general. Because I'm gonna make a couple calls. I'm gonna show you this awesome sheet that Joey Milanazzo made. If it opens up, help ASAP. Questions. Amanda Oropeza. Okay, Rachel Schwartz. She sent me a message. It's taking forever. Shoot. Sorry, I didn't see this. I gotta start recording my calls that I make for. I mean, they were. It was recorded on YouTube here. I didn't disclose address or pictures during the podcast. So I don't have it in there. I was trying to get this seller net sheet to open up. It's saying open up with Notepad. Should I open? I'll try it with Notepad, see what happens. No, that just came out messed up. Let me try it with another way. What can I open this thing with? It's got to be some kind of Word document or something. No, I don't want to do that. Open with. search Microsoft Store. Try to get this thing to open so I can use this SellerNet sheet. It's taking forever to search the Microsoft Store. Close one of these windows down. Schedule for Thursday. Thank you. Now I got you. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna text you my digital business card so you have my phone number too. Copy. Put this. Oops, that's the wrong one. I'm also going to be looking for a lot of private money lenders and hard money lenders there at the Dealmaker. I still have that opportunity in Tarpon Springs. Need 500,000. Speaking of which, I don't have Bill Johnson's number. He was the one that's going to help me with that one. No results found to open that file. Open with, share with Skype, copy as path, compress the zip file, open with, choose another app. Let me try it with Microsoft Word. Maybe WordPad. Maybe Excel sheet. Choose an app on a sheet on the. You choose an app on a PC. Excel. Spreadsheets. Try opening it with that. The path is too long. Try a shorter name. No, that's not going to work. Open with documents. I can't get this thing to open. Let me try it with this Microsoft Word. See if that'll open it up. If it doesn't, we're screwed. I'm just going to delete it, get another copy. Kathy, did you get the text from my Blink card? Yep. It's taking a minute to open here. We're gonna call a bunch of agents today while this is opening. I'm gonna come back in. I gotta go to the little boy's room. Sorry. I'm gonna be back in just a minute. Maybe get some more coffee too. like this shirt? How's it look? Doesn't look bad from the side either. It's a little tight when I sit down though. Still got that belly to lose, but I'm losing it. You know, I'm going to Crunch Fitness every morning. Snazzy, thank you. So I'm working hard. Did my phone ding? Nope. Good. I'm still live on my podcast right now. All right. I don't think that spreadsheet opened up. Oh, it says word unreadable. Let me close that. Did I just close the whole podcast? Oh, thank God. So I do have some. I'm gonna call. Close this down, Troy. You've been automatically logged out of PropStream. So we're gonna make some calls, make some money here. And you know, another thing that I'm certain about is last year when I was in it, I got chosen to be interviewed for a program by Steven Kotler's Zero to Dangerous. There was only 17 spots left. I'd only been clean for less than a month, and I told the guy when I was doing the interview, told him my story. He respected that, and he said, "Well, forget all that." And he told me, he goes, Elon Musk asked everybody that he's going to work with him, asked him this question. And he goes, I don't want you to think too much about your answer, but just say whatever comes to mind the first thing. And, you know, you have 7 seconds to think about it, though. There's my 7. So he said, he goes, just whatever you say is the correct thing. It's not wrong. It's not right. It's just it is what it is. And he asked me, he goes, remember 7 seconds. This is what Elon Musk asked everybody that's going to work with him. He says, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Go. And I was just like, I'm speaking to 100,000 people at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas 10 years from now. So I have less than 9 years, or less than 9 years to make that happen. But look, do you consider that a coincidence, or did I create what I'm creating right now by that statement, by that belief that I still believe I'm going to be speaking to 100,000 people at Allegiant Stadium 10 years? I don't. But look, here, this is how it starts. I was listening to Eddie Pinero this morning, in between on a bus. You know, I like to listen to some Audible books when I'm riding the bus. I'm using the time effectively to increase my knowledge. But Eddie Pinero, he said when he started his podcast 10 years ago, The World Inside of You, he said, you know, I wasn't trying to, you know, I didn't believe millions of people were possible, but I knew I could get there if I was consistent and took action and started focusing on the right now, what I can do right now, instead of worrying about how I'm going to get there, because it'll come. You've created the thought, you planted the seed, just like I created the thought and planted the seed about speaking to 100,000 people at Allegiant Stadium in 10 years. So this podcast came out of that. This is how it starts. This is how I grow. This is it. I mean, you know, I can see it, but you can't see it because it's not a dream that God put in your head. I can tell it to you. You're like, maybe, you know, you're crazy, Larry. But I'm not. I know I'm going to be. I know 100% of me. Just like I said, I knew I was going to go to Dealmaker. Just like I knew I was going to be selected to go to the community camp. Just like I know I'm going to Mars. I'm going to be speaking to 100,000 people. I want to be an aspirational speaker. The way I've changed my life, the way that I've impacted other lives and changed other people's lives. Look, 1 hour and 17 minutes and 7 viewers. Here's my sevens. Uh, it's That's the 717. um, I know 100% I'm going to be doing it. Just once you get that belief and mindset, like Pace told me in Miami, he said mindset is everything. He said once you realize that, everything changes. Just like what it says behind me. It's not who you think you are, it's who you think you are not. And that's the constant battle. That is the constant. The fear is going to try and tell you that you're not. It's not who you think you're not. Or it is. You know that I can't. Let me rephrase that. It's who you think you're not. Fear is going to tell you that. That's what fear is telling you. That you don't think you are that person. You don't think you're Larry the Lion speaking to 100,000 people at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, telling them my story, telling how I started on the streets of Las Vegas to be here 10 years later, speaking to you, showing you what's possible, how I changed my life, the way I did it, my story. I absolutely 100% believe that. And um, it's the Death Star. They call that the Death Star. That the Legion Stadium is where the Raiders play. Um, and hey, congratulations to my Golden Knights. I always loved the Blackhawks from Chicago. You know, just the Bulls, Blackhawks, the Cubs, and the White Sox, and the Bears. But I'm always gonna love the Golden Knights too. The Golden Knights are an amazing franchise, and I got to watch them develop, just like building that stadium. Really incredible stuff happens in that city, Las Vegas. Elon Musk is building tunnels underneath the whole thing. I do miss it there, but I love being by the beaches right now. I love going to the beach. It's kind of my happy place. My happy places in Vegas were casinos, Red Rock Casino, Red Rock National Park. Love that, miss that. But I didn't take advantage of everything I could have done in Vegas. All the amazing things that surround that city, like the Grand Canyon, Um, yes, I am. Oops. Um, I could have done so much more. I could have done all these other cool things you did out there, but I chose to do the negative things, the bad parts of the city. The stuff that you see on CSI. I've seen quite a few dead bodies out there. There is some bad parts of Vegas. There is definitely right off the strip. There's a lot of places that there's a lot of concentration of addicts, homeless, and grifters and hookers out there. So that is absolutely. But when you get off the strip, there's some really amazing parts to the city. Amazing, beautiful architect. Not architecture so much, but master plan communities. Some fascinating. I mean, there's some high end houses out there, properties. Um, I definitely still want to own in Vegas, Hawaii, Vegas, Florida. Those are my three places I really want to own, and Lake Tahoe. Somehow, Julie Burkhart, who I hope I'm going to see at the community camp. She's I know Julie's going to be there 100%. Julie Burkhart is going to be there at the community camp 100%, and I'm going to get to give her a big hug. She's like one of my sub-2 moms, just like Tigger is. I got Sherry Green, Sherry Webb, Fitzgerald, I have like sub-2 moms. um, I know I'm going to see Julie there. I can feel it here. I can hear her voice, and I can see me hugging her. And next year at the mastermind, I'm starting to see the future again. There was a time when, as a child, I used to be able to see what I wanted to visualize. And even last year, I saw things, but then shiny object, a bunch of things got away. Stop visualizing for a while. Stop believing. I was letting fear overtake me a lot in the past months. But this community and jumping on this train on faith to come to Florida, um, no place to live. It's even more courageous than um, jumping on a plane to Newark with nowhere to stay for a couple of days. I jumped on an Amtrak train here to Florida with nowhere to live, no money. Literally, I spent what I had to get on that train to get out of Ohio, which was just a stop and a learning lesson. And that's like I said, even if I don't have the money, even if I wanted to, I couldn't get a room at the Marriott. I couldn't get a room across the street. There was a place I seen for $111 a night on Expedia. Couldn't even do that. Because then, even if I did that, I still wouldn't have the money to get to Uber to the airport. Because once I get home, I only have 2 weeks of rent left. So, because I'm paying weekly, $250 a week, and I'm in the hood. It is what it is. It's an opportunity. I need to develop that. There's a lady across the street who owns a house and bought this one right across the street. I need to get that under contract. I need to be more forceful getting to her nephew is in between. Um, she told me that she doesn't want to rent it out because she doesn't want the responsibility, and she doesn't want to sell it because she can't get what she thinks it's worth right now because of the market, and it needs some work. So I know there's an opportunity there. And speaking of, she just pulled up. And she's talking to the neighbor. Here, let me show you. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So, oh, hold on, I got the back. I gotta kill the background. So, take the background. None. All right. Let me see if I can show her house. Here's my oh, you can't see it. It's too bright outside. But she's out over there. You get to see my desk. This is my thing on my wall. This was on my door in Las Vegas when I first came up with Larry the Lion. See that? It was on the door like that, you know. It was on the outside of the door to my walk-in closet, which I had made into my vision room. So I looked at this every day, even though I was doing drugs every day and overeating every day during the pandemic. DoorDash, Whole Foods, Uber Eats, having drugs delivered to me every day. 21 months I spent by myself in the pandemic. 167 hours a week. That's crazy. But this is what I was reading. This is the seed that I planted, which got me here today. Let me just show this to you guys. So, and I used to read it every day. I still read it. This is the only thing I took with me. I left a bunch in Ohio with Josh's. So, this one is always read this. But thou, when thou prayest, enter in thy closet, which was my closet. That was my vision room. I'd go in there and pray for everything that's happening right now. And I promised myself I would never, ever give up. Look, it's right now or never. Take action so you can have memories instead of regrets. And that's the thing I looked at when I decided to get that flight I should have done it 3 days before, but I was afraid. But look, one life, just one. Why aren't we running like we're on fire towards our wildest dreams? But it's right now or never. Take action now so you can have memories instead of regrets. I would have regretted not going to the Dealmaker. And this is something I read every morning to myself. So that I promise myself to be so strong that nothing will disturb my peace of mind, to talk health, happiness, prosperity to every person I meet, to make all my friends feel that there's something worthwhile in them, to look at the sunny side of everything and make my optimism come true, to think only the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best, to be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as I am about my own, to forget the mistakes of the past and press on to greater achievements in the future, to wear a cheerful expression at all times and give a smile to every living creature I meet. And I do that through my podcast. To give so much time to improving myself that I have no time to criticize others, to be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, too happy to permit the presence of trouble, to think well of myself and to proclaim this back to the world, not in loud words, but in great deeds, to live in faith, to live in faith that the whole world is on my side so long as I am the best that is in me. So, but this is what Conor McGregor said. That's him right there. But believe it, deserve it, and the universe will serve it. Believe and you will receive. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff here. You know, like this one. Don't think about what can happen in a month. Don't think about what can happen in a year. Just focus on 24 hours in front of you. Do what you can to get closer to where you want to be. But, so that's my thing right there. So thanks for watching that little thing. I was going to try to show you the neighbor. She was out there. I could have probably ran out there and talked to her, but I would have caught her off guard. Put this back up. So, thank you. But I had a whole walk-in closet full of just pictures. But it was things like, there was one picture on here of a Rolls Royce Phantom. That is I have two dream cars, Corvette and a Rolls Royce Phantom. Those are the two cars that I will own one day. I'm gonna Turo the Rolls Royce Phantom, but I might Turo the Corvette too. But I'm gonna get both of them on a sub 2 deal. I'm gonna sub 2 a Rolls Royce Phantom and Turo with that thing. But I'm gonna own it because I know it. I believe it. I planted the seeds. I don't need all the Ferraris and Lambos and all that stuff, but I know I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have those two things there, but I'm gonna make them use them. I'm gonna sub to them, and make money off them at the same time. And there's one last thing on the bottom. This always got me. Getting your shit together. That's for anybody out there needs to get your shit together. Getting your shit together requires a level of honesty you can't even imagine. Trust me, I know, because I've been getting my shit together for the last year. Level of honesty you can't even imagine. There's nothing easy about realizing that you're the only one that's been holding you back this whole time. So getting your shit together requires a level of honesty you can't imagine. There's nothing easy about realizing you're the one who's been holding yourself back this whole time, because it's not who you think you are, it's who you think you are not. So sooner you realize that it's you that's stopping you from everything you want in this life. And it's sooner you take action and you go out there and fail, because you're gonna fail, you're gonna make mistakes, things aren't gonna go right. Sooner you get past that, well, this could happen, just go out there and do it. Fuck it, December 22nd, when I started this podcast, a few days after watching Get Creative with Abraham Gray, talking about building his YouTube and his story and pace, I knew I was gonna go out there and make mistakes. I'm terrified to go back and look at my first podcast episodes. You go on YouTube; they're all there in the live section. Um, facial features I made, getting frozen, how I looked down on my phone all the time. It's a really bad habit I have to break. I gotta figure out a different way to share this. I need like an assistant sitting right here, like social media manager, sharing this to the Facebook groups instead of me sharing it to the Facebook groups. So I can focus on the camera and build what I'm building here, whatever it is. it's a work in progress, whatever it is. So I'm making mistakes like right now. I need a green screen, but I can't afford a green screen. Right, I could, but then it would take away from something else. But is it important? No, because I got a background anyways. This isn't a high quality production. This isn't a Pace Marby production yet. It will be one day. It'll be a Tony Robbins production one day. I'm gonna feed 1 billion people in food. That's one of my goals. I don't have goals of just getting a Phantom. I have goals to feed 1 billion people. I have goals to extend humanity's uh, life throughout the solar system and the galaxy. We must become a multi-planetary species. The biggest thing we're facing right now is population collapse. Forget about the Terminator. We're not even going to make it there. We might. But population collapse. 10 years ago that in Japan, there is more adult diapers being sold than baby diapers. That Japan lost 600,000 of their population last year. China is in a population collapse. You say, what? How can China be in a population collapse? They got 1 billion people because they had one baby allowed for so long, so many decades. 10 years ago, people don't even know it. They said you can have 2 babies. 3 years later, they said 3 babies, and then they said have as many as you want. But their population is collapsing. We have a population collapse right now, and we're not overpopulated. There's enough space on Earth to feed everybody, to put solar, to do all the things that we should be doing, but the people that are in control are lying to you. The Matrix is lying to you, like Andrew Tate said. Hello. Telemarketer. Hello. Hello, telemarketer. Are you there? If you are, take me off your list. Don't call back. Thank you. I'm not sure how long I'll be on here. So, anyways, there's my rant. Sorry, got off on a side track when I pulled the camera out there, but that's what I do. It's my podcast. I can do whatever I want, right? It's mine. So I want to do some agent calls. Why is this not working right? There we go. I'm gonna pull up a list here. Start calling some agents. I don't know why I can't open up that spreadsheet, the other thing. Again, I can't. All I can do today is just share the call with you, and I'll have to mute it out when I talk about the address, or I'm just gonna say the street name. Yes, it is. Thanks. All right. Oh my God. Let's see how many. 130 notifications on Facebook now. When I started 2 hours ago, there was only 90. That's 40 more. I can't even keep up with managing my social media right now. All right, so I'm not going to share the screen, which is going to be better because we're not going to fall down. But let's see. We're going to be calling Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so it's pretty. I end up, all my experience of living all over the country is really paying off now because I can talk to just about anybody in any corner of the country. I have a story or a memory of being somewhere because I was running away from the drugs every time. Like if I can just leave here, I'll start over and everything's gonna be okay. I couldn't run away from myself, so I'm always here. I had to change myself. So let's call Panama. That's the street in Chicago. There we go. Pull it up on Zillow. I don't want a red pin. It's taking a second. Did I already call on this one? Let me see if it pops up if I saved it. I think I started the call on it, but I don't remember calling on it. It's not in the saved ones. Price change. Drop 15,000. Good. Come on. Oh, that's not good to be looking down like that. I'm frozen. I hate that frozen when it freezes like that. There we go. Alberto. Oh, I did call on this one. They never answered though. I'm live right now on my YouTube. I can call you afterwards. Copy link. So let me call Alberto here. Oh, there's my accountability partner, Darina. Darina Aleska, she's part of the growth company. I have so much to do. So much to do. We got to get some deals first. So let me call this 312. I need to keep track of the times when I call because these got to be recorded for the team to listen to them. Hi, is this Alberto?
Yes, speaking.
Hey, Alberto, how are you today?
I'm doing all right, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. My name is Larry Parsons. Is this a good time?
Sure.
All right, cool. I'm an investor, and I'm calling about your listing over on Panama.
Panama, okay, for sure.
It's been on Zillow more than 3 days, right? Or did you just relist it?
Yes, we relisted. Yeah, correct.
What happened with the first time?
What do you mean? Oh, so what we did was we just refreshed the listing.
Oh, you just refreshed it.
Put it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long has it been on the market altogether?
Price adjustments. Say again?
How long has it been on the market altogether?
So we're touching on about 60 days now.
60 days.
60 days, yep.
And looks like you dropped the price there.
Yep, we're currently at 470, so that's why we relisted it, not doing the listing, because we got a price adjustment.
Understood. Is that their bottom line?
So with any price, right? Someone negotiable, but I mean, he is obviously in a position that's owner occupied, it's family, looking to move out. So there's obviously the negotiation price. Would you be coming in for more of an investment of like renting it, or what's that kind of your intentions?
Yeah, that would be the intentions. I wouldn't give you a wholesale offer on it. I'm not going to insult you with a 60%. I really like the kitchen, and I like the way the crown moldings. That's really cool. The way they got the ceilings. You got a nice like a theater looking room there. Yeah, the bathrooms are nice. Everything looks really great about it.
So it's really actually nicely upgraded home with a lot of cool features. The whole house, home filter, so a lot of the cool stuff like great basement.
Oh yeah, and the basement's finished too, right?
Yep.
Can that count as an extra bedroom or anything down there?
So it's not currently set up, but I mean, there's definitely enough space if you wanted to frame out something. Possibly that would be an option. Sure. Yeah, these Chicago bungalow basements, right? They span the full floor plan, so plenty of space down there to rework it if you like.
Right. Yeah, I grew up over on the south side in Lansing.
Oh, okay, sure.
But as you see, I'm calling you from a Vegas number. I was out in Vegas for the last 10 years, but I'm actually calling you from Florida. It's from St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Tampa.
For the place. There you go. Okay, cool.
I just started looking at the Chicago market because I'm not a blue state investor, but there's a lot of opportunity in Chicago for what we do.
Sure.
Now it says open to negotiation a credit towards interest rate buy down. What is that?
So that would be, if you were to buy it and you wanted to, with the right offer, right? We could negotiate a small credit that could go towards you by basically buying interest rate down. We get a little better interest rate than what our market is offering currently.
Oh yeah. So how do you like what the market's offering right now?
Yeah, well, interest rates obviously it's a changing landscape, right? So the last 10 years that was a great opportunity. We get a low rate, and then now we're into the next phase of the market. So it's dealing with what we have.
Yeah. And what's his name? What the Powell, the guy, the chairman of the Fed? Is that his name?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He just said last week on Thursday, or I think it was Thursday, that they're going to raise it twice this year, and nobody voted for any rate coming down for a couple of years. He literally said those exact words: a couple of years, this is going to stay like this.
Yeah. It's a new landscape of real estate, right? So every change, we'll have to kind of see how things pan out.
Now, it looks like this is a veteran that owns this property. Thank you for his service. Do you know if he's using his entitlement to go to the next house and how much he has?
That would be the plan. Yeah, that would be the plan. And then we're also open to a Super Bowl loan as well. This is VA, so that allows you to swim. I don't know if you served yourself, but this would be something that's got a great rate on this now, so that's an option as well.
Okay. Everything else good with the house? Water heater, air conditioning, heater, stuff like that, roof?
Great shape. Yep, everything in good shape. No issues with any of it.
And I can't remember what neighborhood is this in Chicago. I'm trying to picture.
The larger neighborhood of Dunning, but it's which part?
What's oh, in where?
Dunning.
Dunning.
Dunning neighborhood. South. Yep.
What else is around that neighborhood? What area is that? Panama and.
Well, Chicago, right? So it's close to everything. You got major highways, get the airport, or the airport, not too far from there, so quite a bit. So here's what I can do. If you want to text me your email address, I can send you a listing here, give you kind of a little bit of a breakdown, give you the virtual tour, so you can get a pretty good look at it, give you all the info you need. If it's something you see you like, you have more questions, we can always send another call, or you can send me an email.
Well, the reason that I was calling, we do 10 to 15 buy and holds a month. We're really looking at these right now. Are you familiar with creative financing?
A lot of different. That's big umbrella. What specifically?
So on this one, it looks like he's got existing mortgage of $356,000. Does that sound about accurate?
Yeah, about.
And he has about 115 in equity after that price cut. He had a little more than that before there.
Yeah, so really the only options we have here is traditional financing, or like I said, he does have an assumable VA loan. So if there was a veteran buyer, that would be an option there. But he's now looking to sell the finance at this time. It's funny enough, you call. I actually had this conversation with him this morning. So he would be looking for like a full release here. Okay, so do you know what subject 2 is, where we take over the existing mortgage? Right, but he would need to have part of that agreement that he would have a full release, so he would not want to stay on the mortgage. Is it because of his entitlement? He would need the full entitlement to move on to his next home. Yep. Gotcha. Would it be all right if I had my team follow up with you and send a LOI for him to look at it and consider it?
given some exact numbers, because we really want that 2.25% interest rate. And I might have somebody else that could assume it, but I have to check with them. But they're another part of our group. We're like about 10,000 of us do this part of a mentorship called Sub 2.
Sure.
But okay, if you could text me your email, and I'll have them follow up with you. Or I'll even see if you're absolutely sure he's using all 100% of his entitlements. Where's he going? What state? You know?
I'm not decided yet, but he's going out of state. Not sure where.
Yeah, because that does make a big difference.
Yeah.
So if we did look, the offer would look like this. Since you're not familiar with it, we take over the existing title or mortgage. It stays in his name. Deed transfers us. We pay on the mortgage using a third-party servicing company. We create a payment plan for his equity, and we take care of the closing costs and your commission. And then I'll have somebody follow up with that. Make sure I got to ask, because I'm new to figuring out the military people when I call these calls, because I was originally calling and found out it's different in each state when you talk with each person. But
Sure.
It might be something he would consider, because it could be more money for him in the long run. But
yeah,
and then it just depends on his entitlement, though.
Presented, it's probably not his first choice, to be honest. But again, like definitely, if you send something over that's logical, we'll present it and get your response.
Well, even if I'm not the buyer on this one, but it's something that you could bring to me in the future when you come across low equity deals with the low interest rate, that people would be in this, especially if somebody's going to be coming out of pocket or breaking even. When we take care of that, what is about 8 to 9% closing costs and commission for you, right?
Yeah.
So, just call it 10%. That's $40,000 in his pocket,
Sure. Yeah, it's actually whatever info you guys typically are looking for your buy box. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, I do have, but hey, Karma, somebody else is one of my teammates listening. He says I'm military right now, so, yeah. Let me just, I'm gonna text you my Blink card, and and you can just text me back your email. That way you get a text from me. This is a good number to text you on, 312 number.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Hey, I really appreciate talking to you. And also, if you have any expired listings I can help you with, I can revive those for you. Pre-foreclosure, short sales. We do a wide variety of stuff with creative financing to help people out of these.
Yeah,
and I always like to make sure you get paid, though. Just understand that. That's why I love working with agents. So, all right.
Makes sense. All right, man. Thank you for calling.
All right. Have a great day. That's my friend Pamela. I'm live right now. I'm talking about you. So Pam it looks like Famila, and she hates that when I call her Famila, but Pam was one of my first Sub 2 friends. She was a guiding light. She was my I call her Angel 333. That's her name. It was her birthday on June 19th. And I didn't know she was a Gemini this whole time, because I didn't meet her till after my birthday last year. I don't even remember how we connected, but she's always been amazing. But Karma, this is a Dylan and Angie lead, Joey Milanazzo lead. So I would have to talk to them first before we could see if we can get you in on the conversation on this one. That's why I'm not putting any pictures up today. I'm not saying any addresses. I'm just saying a street name. It'd be up to you to figure out how to get that street name, because usually I read out the agent's phone numbers when I'm calling. And there's Palm Angel 333. I didn't say it this time. I finally got it right. I got Liz's last name right. Pasong Puang now. This is Palm Song Chorus. She is an amazing Sub 2 student. She's super brilliant. Check this out. This is a story here. When I'm driving across country, and I got to Chicago. My oil light came on. Me and Palm, she still has my location on her iPhone to this day. Um, I don't know how she did it, but she found out the exact specs for that engine of that Toyota Scion. Um, she said there's a gas station over here. I go in this gas station. She said you need 4 quarts. It was 4 quarts of some random synthetic oil. I never even heard what it was called before. I don't even remember what it was. But going to this gas station, this random gas station that she found, she was doing her super angel work. I kid you not. The only oil they had, they didn't have 5W30, 10W30. They didn't have anything except the exact 4 quarts. That's all they had, was it? 4 quarts of the exact thing that I needed to put in that car. That was so insane. You remember that, Palm? Exact. They didn't have any other oil except the very exact 4 quarts that I needed, and the car was completely dry. That's all. We're not going to talk anymore about that car, but that was so crazy. So I love you, Palm. Thank you so much for that and everything. Happy birthday to you. I didn't know you were a Gemini. That's why we butt heads sometimes, because we're both Geminis. We're both super stubborn. And but anyway, so I'm gonna wait for Alberto to text me back, because this loan is only got a 2.25%. But since he said he's gonna use his title, I don't know how to overcome that. I'm gonna have to see if I can get Dylan or Angie to help me with that, talking to them. What Science is, what is it? Dual overhead cam, 16 with the yeah. It's all foreign. It's all Greek to me. I don't know anything about that stuff. But all right. So, oh shoot, what time did I start this? 2:19 to 2:30. That call. I gotta track the times, because I gotta. They want us to record our calls. Rachel Schwartz wants to, and Angie and Dylan and Joey record the calls so they can play them before they talk to the agents. I'll just have to put timestamps on my podcast for them to go back and look at it. So this, because I don't want to pay for that tape call. It's actually expiring on the 25th here. It's $40 a year. I don't have it because I'm going to the Dealmaker in Newark. I'm like running on vapors and fumes right now, just to go there. But like I said, if I don't go, like I said, it's right now or never. I can either have memories or regrets. And I would have regretted not going there after being invited to the first one and having the most amazing, incredible time there. And, now I'll be going to the community camp too. If I don't go, I will forever, ever, ever regret that. So I'm going no matter what to both these, just like I said, earlier on talking about that. So 2:19 to 2:30. This is Panama. All right. So let me call another one on this list. I'm going to save that. So this is the first. It's kind of cool because I do know Chicago to work this list, but it's also, I get some kind of, I feel some type of way when I start thinking about parts of the city that I was in, and doing the bad things I was doing for all those times. That's why I can't live in Chicago. And thank God my car died on the northwest side of Chicago when it died. If I would have been on the south side and that happened, I was ready, probably ready to go, fuck all this shit, and I'm gonna go do something stupid. But I'm very situational photographic memory. I have a semi-photographic memory. I had no memories of doing drugs on the northwest side of Chicago, where the car died and where I stayed during there, trying to figure out during the couple weeks in the Airbnb there. which Palm also fed me. He ordered me Amazon groceries. She really is Angel333. What's Siri doing? She's picking something. All right, so this one's active, 295. Let me check the equity on this. It's already on the list, but I like looking at it on my prop stream. Why is it freezing? Am I frozen? No. Okay, there it is. Put this in prop stream. Close Panama window. I need to close this unapologetic results. I'm going to get to that tomorrow, or maybe never. All right. Sycamore, Forest. Put this there. It's loading, loading, loading. But you know what? See, now this is why that car needed to die. I promise you, I would not be going to community camp had that car not died in Chicago, because that was at the start of the multi-family elephant challenge, where Bina Jetty started her mastering multifamily right at that time. And that whole 2 weeks there, I was investing time into that group, and I was the #1 contributor, the most active, and she had a private Zoom for the first 10 people, or for the top 10 people, and I was #1. I was for her very first private Zoom. Had I not had that car die in Chicago, I wouldn't have joined that Mastering Multifamily, because I wouldn't have done the Elephant Challenge. I would have missed it driving, continuing to Florida, and had I not built that relationship with Vina, which I've nurtured more over time. Like when she taught me to napkin underwrite multifamily with 100 other sub-2 students that were too afraid to say they didn't understand it. There was like 15 people that after I took the courage, and she was like, Larry, I'm so proud of you. You had enough courage to say you didn't understand it, because I know there's a whole bunch of other people in here that didn't understand it, and then they all raised their hands. If I wouldn't have done that, and then if I wouldn't have took the action to go see Pace in Miami and meet her again, because I met her at Clever Summit originally, and I had the courage to tell her the truth about how I met and how I flirted with her, which she loved. She laughed. She was like, "Oh, that's hilarious." She was like, "I had no idea you were." I was like, "Well, I hadn't talked to women in like for years, and you had beautiful eyes." I'm pretty sure all that car dying is why I'm going to community camp right now. But having that car die was also because I took action all those 16 months ago, and have been taking action since then. Ooh, this one's only got, this might be a good sub-2 deal. Let me check. See, they got it list. Oh yeah, this only got like, where is it at? Did I put it in there? Hold on. I can pull this up. Oh no, I already got it open on Zillow. So they got it listed for $298. They owe $250 on the mortgage. So let's see, 298 times 9.9% is, and see, I'm using the calculator right now, using what I learned how to do the multiplying because of being a Jetty teaching me how to napkin underwrite. So it's going to cost them $26,000 to sell this house. Oh, I found a way I can show you pictures. I forgot about this. So I can't, I'll show you the house here. Thanks, Karma. All right, it's gonna freeze up here for a second while I present the screen. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Damn. Is it froze? It froze. Son of a biscuit. Dang it, hold on. I gotta hit the control alternate delete and unfreeze it. It's gonna take a second. Come on. I need a new MacBook Pro. But I need to go to Dealmaker instead. I could have invested in a new MacBook Pro, got the down payment, did a payment plan, but I think it's more important to go to Dealmaker. Shit, I'm frozen. Hold on, guys. Trying to figure it out.
Good morning.
Oops.
It's Monday. It's also Larry the Lion's birthday today.
Somehow that came up. Not sure who Becky Bizzle is. Oh, it's Becky Barter.
Good morning. It's Monday.
All right. Come on. Unfreeze. Unfreeze. I might have just lost the whole podcast here. I might just have to do some calls without it. Jesus, help me.
Hey, it's also Larry.
Come on. All right, guys. I'm working on it, trying to get this fixed. There it goes. Preparing security options.